Before I reveal today's project, I have to say, you guys actually picked this one. A few videos ago, we asked what we should tackle next, and one suggestion kept showing up over and over again. And my husband has been itching to start this build ever since, so today we're finally kicking things off. Before we can actually assemble anything, we have a lot of prep work, starting with 6 10-foot 4x4s and 2 absolutely massive 4x6s. My husband's motto for this project is definitely go big or don't bother. So while he dreams as large as possible, I get volunteered to sand almost every piece of lumber. If you've never sanded this much timber before, let me save you the experience. It's basically hours of vibrating your arms until you question every life decision that brought you here. And trust me, I was definitely feeling that later. Once these posts were ready, he moved them onto our trailer so he could burn every side evenly. Burning the wood is one of my favorite parts of the whole process. It's called the Shosugi Bon method. This is a traditional Japanese technique that preserves wood by charring its surface with fire. This actually creates a natural durable carbon layer that protects the timber against rot, insects, UV damage, and fire. It's widely used for modern and rustic architectural siding. And of course the best thing, that it gives the wood that beautiful rustic look. I love that it helps make the surface more weather resistant once it's sealed, and it's amazing how quickly the grain starts popping as the flame moves across it. Meanwhile, I was over there making friends with my orbital sander, or maybe developing a permanent hand vibration. If you've ever sanded lumber for an hour straight, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Ooh, look at that beautiful wood. Of course, the second we get into a rhythm, my husband looks up at the sky, talking about the way the clouds are moving.
In which case this is going to hit us, which should be fine. Do we paint or not? I don't know.
Nothing says living on the edge quite like trying to beat a summer thunderstorm. We ended up switching over to cutting the top beams. These 2 4x6s are the main support pieces, so we had to mark them carefully where they'll eventually fit together with a giant metal bracket. And then I got completely distracted because somehow our cat Kimchi had fallen asleep on his back, front paws over his head, mouth hanging open. I don't know how that's comfortable, but apparently that's peak cat performance. Anyway, back to work. My husband used the compound saw to make most of the cuts, then finished them off with a handsaw. I'm starting to think we need to budget for daily massages after every project. I don't know if it's because we're getting older or because my husband keeps dreaming up bigger and bigger builds, but somehow these projects aren't getting any easier on our backs, shoulders, or arms. When our 8-year-old decided he wanted to help, he quickly discovered that handsawing looks way easier than it actually is. But he stuck with it and honestly did a really good job cutting through one of the lines before Dad finished the rest. Once the beams were cut, they got the same burned finish as everything else. Now came the part we'd been hoping the weather would cooperate for: a clear, gloss polyurethane. This is what's going to seal the wood and help protect it from rain, sun, and everything else that's going to face outside. And I have to admit, the second that first coat goes on, the color absolutely comes alive. It's one of those steps that doesn't seem exciting until you see the difference. By the end of the day, every beam and every post was sealed and ready for the next phase. So, any guesses what we're building? You probably already know. And if everything goes according to my husband's plans, this is only the beginning. Follow along for more of our journey.